Hello Matt, it is Thursday 30th of July 2015. You're probably expecting another intro, but yeah, unfortunately the other two were cringy as hell. If none of you know what I'm on about, basically, I was around at Matt's house today and we just chilled, did a bit of football.
Bloody hell. Oh, my life, I'm not used to this. Yeah, that was alright. Control's a bit off, but it was alright.
A nice camera view there.
Yeah, just handed me a stick, right. Wow!
I'm going to miss.
Shooter legend! That's meant to be a Ramona, but I just couldn't get in the position.
Oh.
Did a bit of badminton.
This just works every time. If we do one more of those, I'll change your team. We're just too good. I'm going to go over to... I'm not going over to your team, I'm just changing the angle. Yeah, that was one of the most hopeless angles thing I've ever recorded at. How did you not hit that? You were behind me.
I was doing a different angle. I was trying not to whack you in the head.
Honestly, I don't care if I whack your head or not.
Okay.
It's plastic.
No, I mean like proper.
You're right. There's a gate there.
Yes, I noticed that.
I'll go back.
Oh my god. God.
I repeat like plastic leather. You know, I'd recommend researching J2 United.
Research you.
The size you play.
And we did a little bit of FIFA 15, in which I scored this insane goal against Un. This is one of the best goals thing I've scored. Ow, look how much he jumped.
Did a fake shot, and then he fake shot, turned the defender, and slid it past the 93 rated keeper.
This is against the Classic 11 with J2
James
United.
is awful. James is awful.
Yeah, I think we've proven that.
It's got my nose by just going...
Though, in all fairness, I wouldn't really mind conceding that. James, if you score a goal like that, I'll legitimately give you £1 British. Oh, yeah, I probably didn't say thanks, but yeah, that was just nice to chill out for one day. Because I think there are, for the past few days, just been like no one to talk to. Yeah, it's nice to have someone to chat to. I would have you probably did expect another intro for the vlog, but unfortunately, yeah, they were too cringy. And another clip entirely, but I just don't think it would have worked. So, yeah, if I ever go around yours, or you ever come around mine, a day of one of your vlogs, I think it's going to be better than my vlog about it. So yeah, you may also see the fact that my cheeks are red as hell. In fact, I've got to see them as well. You can kind of still see it. That's because when I was actually walking home from yours, I think I might have got a bit sunburned. Pretty much I was walking, the sun was literally on my face most of the walk, and it was pretty horrible, and they do feel like they are blisters, just on my cheeks, and I just genuinely feel a bit, tired and jagged around this area. I just don't really feel 100%, but then again, I don't care. That goal scored on FIFA was enough to satisfy anyone. Yeah. Now, so let's get on to the review of Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie. I don't know why I did a stupid accent there, but it's not Irish, but yeah, let's get on with the review. 4-minute rule, start. Well, I'm going to give you a little background first. If you don't know, well, we should really. Mrs. Brown's Boys is a BBC comedy TV show. It's like a 10 o'clock comedy, as I like to call it. It's like not exactly for kids. It has got dark humour. It has comedy about funerals. It has comedy about not the nativity. That's what it is. I was about to say baptisms, but Yeah, it is, but it is incredibly funny. It is the funniest BBC comedy that's still going on. But yeah, the movie came out a year ago, and I was naturally expecting it to be, you know, good, like the TV show. But obviously, I'll explain more about it in the review. Okay, so Mrs. Brown's Voice is 2014, and it stars pretty much the exact cast, Brendan O'Carroll and his family, as their reflected characters, and in the show they're very funny. In the movie, though, they're not. This movie is not the show. It shouldn't have the privilege to call itself Mrs. Brown's Voice the movie. It's not funny. It's not got a good storyline. I mean, the storylines in the show are like, basically they're trying to get, Mrs. Brown's trying to get her grandson to believe Father Christmas is real. The movie, they're trying to, a company wants to, they have a shopping square that Mrs. Brown's part of, and they try and want to get planning permission to destroy it and put some in there. It's not a very good story, and basically Mr. Brown is trying to stop them by raising money or something. I don't know. The story is not like it's in the show. It's too big. The villains aren't very interesting. I mean, what do you expect? They want to put something in the place of the market. I mean, that's a bloody EastEnders. That's not a comedy. And speaking about comedy, there's nothing in it. Mrs. Brown is a grandmother who's sweet and loving, but then again she likes to voice her own opinion and she likes to swear a lot. In the movie, she doesn't do that. She's just like an average, like old woman who like just is sad a lot. And then they end up on a load of storylines that look like they're going somewhere, but they don't end up going anywhere. And then they end up bringing him back like halfway through the movie later, and then it just never happens again, and it doesn't even resolve anything at the end. They're not interesting. The comedy's off, and they had parts in the show where they broke the fourth wall, and because the audience laughed, we knew it was a fourth wall break. Like basically a camera is in view or something, or the phone doesn't ring. In the movie, they tried to do that, but it didn't work because there's no audience laughter. I think that's what transferring a TV comedy onto movie just doesn't work. It's because the audience laughter. That's what makes a TV comedy. If you don't have the audience laughter in a movie, then, well, you can't have the movie, but it just doesn't make good comedy. So it's not doesn't deserve to be called Mr. Brown's Voice the movie. Is there anything good about the movie? There are a couple of scenes of minor comedy. I mean, there were scenes where Mrs. Brown was questioning her Christianity belief, and she ended up getting into a conversation with the priest, and it's kind of okayly funny. And there was a character in it that wasn't ever in the show who was mixed up to being from Pakistan, from Jamaica, from India, from everywhere that there's immigrants from. That was kind of funny, but yeah, other than that, there was no comedy. The only other kind of good thing I can take from it is some of the aerial shots of Dublin are okay. They're probably some of the best aerial shots. They kind of give a tourist advert for Dublin, but really that's not the only good stuff in it. A couple of scenes of comedy and the aerial shots. It's not funny, it's not got a good story, characters aren't memorable, and the comedy that they try and put in is cringy. I've got so many examples about how bad this movie is in more than 4 minutes, but for now, I'm just going to say this is probably the last bad movie I'm going to review. It's better than Romeo and Juliet, it's better than Little Buddha, but that's about as far as I go. I'd say it's a 2 out of 10. Like, I'd give the show, if I was to review the episodes, probably an 8 out of 10 each. They are really funny, but the movie just didn't kick it. Okay, so I'm not sure what next week's review is going to be. I've got to look that up, and it's my vlog tomorrow, and Matt, it's your vlog on Saturday and Sunday, and your vlog on Saturday is going to be the first vlog in which you open up the month. Hurrah, after 8 months, you've finally done it. So yeah, I'll see you then.